What's your top recommendations for, like, they've popped out now. What kinds of things should mom be considering as sort of priority in the care of this, newborn to infant?
Well, the newborn to infant, we really need to focus on breastfeeding, and that's been, I think, really well established how important that is, and so that's really the key, and the mother has to, as I said earlier, her health is really important to the health of that baby.
Right.
So let's continued focus on the mother, and then there's some things that we can do with the child as well.
Mm-hmm. So, American Academy of Pediatrics, I think it was 7 years ago, came out recommending vitamin D from the moment of birth in America.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
One thing that I would, we just touched on a few things for the mom. I want to hit a few others that are really critical. The first one is iron. There's so much data that supports how important iron is in helping the child's brain develop, and a lot of these conditions that we're most concerned about in children, attention deficit disorder, autism, iron plays a big role in helping those young brains get rid of toxic compounds and develop properly. And so the moment, actually before a woman gets pregnant, it would be ideal to have a test known as a serum ferritin, and that tells us her iron stores. If she doesn't have good iron stores before she gets pregnant, she's in trouble, because that baby's going to need a lot of iron. The fetus is going to need a lot of iron. So you got to get that serum ferritin up, and I like it above 50. It's got to be above 50. And again, vegans and vegetarians especially, they have got to work hard to get that number up. If a woman is a omnivore or carnivore, she can eat liver of some sort and get a lot of really good iron. It's also found in other red meat and fish as well. But the vegetarian diet is very low in absorbable iron, so it's critical for women to know what their serum ferritin levels are. A study that was done recently looked at female swimmers, and they found that 80% of female swimmers, these were young athletes, were deficient in iron. Iron deficiency is a spectrum. At the end of the spectrum, we have iron deficiency anemia. But before that, we have iron deficiency affecting enzyme levels and brain activity and energy levels. So serum ferritin is an absolute must test to get done for women.
And I imagine it would also depend on how they got there. I mean, that is to say, how they got pregnant. If they came from a history or more recent of heavy menstrual cycles, they could easily be in that category of high risk for low ferritin iron storage. And there's all these other trace minerals to be aware of as well, right? Which is why prenatal is so important. Zinc, the zinc. You mentioned ADHD.
Yeah, we could go on and on with every nutrient. So let's break it down and to make it really helpful for women. I think there are 4 key supplements that women in general should supplement with, especially if they're pregnant. One is a good high potency multiple vitamin and mineral formula. By high potency, I mean one that's providing at least the recommended daily allowance for all the vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals work in our body to function primarily in enzymes. Enzymes typically have 2 arms. One arm holds a vitamin, the other arm holds a mineral, and these enzymes are either building or breaking down molecules. So if we have all the vitamin D3 in the world, but we're lacking zinc or selenium or any of the other trace minerals or magnesium, that enzyme is not going to be able to do its job. And so we have to start with the foundations of nutrition in terms of supplementation. And the first thing is we want to make sure all the micronutrients are being provided. So a high-potency multiple vitamin and mineral formula that's providing the RDAs for vitamins and minerals. Those minerals are important.
100% RDA on the label.
Yes. And then a woman needs to have that serum ferritin test as part of her annual physical. And if it's got to be above 50. Most doctors say, if it's 30, that's good. If it's not, it's got to be above 50. That's where your iron levels are best. And the lower that ferritin levels are, the less energy a woman will have.
Sure.
They did these studies way back in the 50s where they looked at how long a woman could walk on a treadmill, and they showed that it was really determined by her level of ferritin. So iron is very critical for energy, and she's going to need a lot of energy to make it through that pregnancy. So good high potency multiple vitamin and mineral formula, extra vitamin D3. I liked 5,000 IUs a day. She can have a blood test to determine more accurately the right dosage, but for general purposes, that's a good target. Next, a good high-quality fish oil or algal oil rich in EPA and DHA. I like that ratio of about 2-to-1 of EPA to DHA, and you want to get 1,000 milligrams of these omega-3 fatty acids every day. And lastly, some sort of great source of plant-based antioxidants, something like grapeseed extract, or it could be pomegranate extract, or a greens drink, or just some concentrated sort. I like grapeseed extract. It's safe. It provides a lot of benefits to a woman that's going through pregnancy. It improves collagen structure, so it makes blood vessels stronger. So she's going to not develop varicose veins or hemorrhoids, and she's going to have a healthier pregnancy, because collagen is very important for not only the fetus, but also as that fetus grows, and we want that umbilicus and all the tissue there to be strong. So those are my 4 things: high potency multiple, extra vitamin D3. We need that good fish oil or algal oil, and a plant-based antioxidant. We can go beyond that, but those are the foundations. Probiotics might be really important for some women. These are just some other considerations.
And check serum ferritin.
Check serum ferritin. It's a must.